Good day and welcome to Alena Media TV. We are broadcasting from Toronto, Canada. I am Elsa Abraham, and in today's episode we are bringing you happenings from the African countries, and today we are focusing on African news. Here are your headlines. Ethiopia kills 4 core TPLF leaders, arrests 9. Sudanese army repulses attack by Ethiopian federal forces. Latest joint government interagencies assessment report. Tigray reveals dire humanitarian situation, massive damage, vandalization of public health centers. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll get our news in details. Welcome back from that short break. Now it's our news in details. The Ethiopian National Defense Force announced late Thursday that it had killed top officials of the Tigray People's Liberation Front. They included the TPLF spokesperson Sokoture Gatecho and Daniel Asefa, the former head of the Tigray Finance Bureau, Zure Asgedom and Abebe Asgedom. 2 other core members of the TPLF were also killed during the military operations. In a statement, the head of Defense Forces Deployment Department, General Tesfaye Ayalew, confirmed the deaths, saying that in addition, 9 other TPLF leaders were arrested following a joint operation conducted by his army and the federal security organs. Ayalew did not disclose when and where the 4 core leaders were killed. The other 9 members who were arrested include the Teklewini Asefa, former CEO of the Relief Society of Tigray, Rest Solomon Kidane, the former head of the Tigray Urban Development Bureau, Gabriel Medin Tewolde, the former head of the Tigray Trade Bureau, and Woge Georges Desta, the former head of the Tigray Transport Bureau. Others include Abadi Zemo, former Ethiopian ambassador to Sudan, Kidusan Nega, the former speaker of the Tigray Regional State Council, Tedros Hagos, the former president of the Meles Leadership Academy, Mihret Tekle, legal advisor of the Tigray Regional State Council, and Bahane Adem Mohammed, a former property and procurement business process owner. An unspecified number of soldiers were killed last year, and a sizable amount of military hardware had been looted by TPLF forces, prompting the government to launch a massive law enforcement operation. On November 28th, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed declared the operation, saving that remained was apprehending the TPLF leadership and their militants, reconstruction and rehabilitation in the restive region, and putting in place the structures of an interim administration for Tigray. Moving on to our second story for today, Sudanese army repulses attack by Ethiopian federal forces. The Sudanese army repulsed 2 attacks carried out by Ethiopian forces and managed to capture one of the attackers, according to the Sudan Tribune, in the latest military confrontations between the 2 countries. The Sudanese army successfully recovered agricultural areas on the border with Ethiopia, ending over 26 years of occupation and exploitation tolerated by the former isolated regime of Omar al-Bashir. A Sudanese army force consisting of the paratroopers corps and military intelligence repelled an attack by Ethiopian federal forces equipped with heavy weapons on Monday, Sudanese army source said on Tuesday. The military source, who is not authorized to speak with the press, further said the new attack took place in the Sariba border area of the Grand Rashaga, which is adjacent to the Tigray region on the border. He ruled out that the attack had been carried out by military men due to the heavy weapons used by the assailants. The Sudanese officer said their troops captured a soldier of the Ethiopian army with a Goronov heavy machine gun. After waging war against Somalia in 1977, over Agaden and Eritrea over Badme. The Ethiopia army is now gradually engaging in a war with Sudan. Both sides say they seek a peaceful settlement for the developing dispute, but in the ground, the ongoing operations indicate a different approach. The Amhara region, which played a significant role in the defeat of the TPLF fighters in Tigray, now claims some areas in the northern state and also seek to recapture the fertile valley of Fashaga on the Sudanese side. After the eruption of the armed conflict in Tigray, the Eritrean army recaptured Badme, while the Sudanese army repulsed the Amhara military men out of the Sudanese territory. In a related development, the Sudanese reserve forces repelled another attack in the Alalau border area, which took place at the same time with the Sariba area attack. The Ethiopian military men sneaked into the Sudanese territory and sought to loot a truck equipped with a trailer belonging to a Sudanese farmer during the harvest season of maize. The Ethiopian government last December said the Sudanese government must pay compensation to Ethiopian farmers who cultivated the Sudanese territory. In our next story for today, latest joint government interagencies assessment report in Tigray reveals dire humanitarian situations, massive damage, vandalization of public health centers. According to two joint government humanitarian partners assessment reports released on January 7th, both missions have witnessed a dire humanitarian situation with poor access to services and limited livelihoods in Tigray regional state. The report also revealed that besides the looting of private properties, the mission also observed a massive damage and or vandalization of public health centers and absence of health workers. The 10 pages report was filled based on the joint government humanitarian partners field assessment mission who were deployed in the Tigray as of December 2020. Quoting the Tigray Emergency Coordination Center, the ECC, meeting that convened on 1st January and discussed humanitarian needs based on assessment findings. The report said that more than 4.5 million people in the region need emergency food assistance, including 2.2 million IDPs. But only 77,000 people, mostly in Mekelle and its surroundings, and 25,000 refugees in two camps, Mai, Anyi, and Adi Harush, received food support from the UN and partners, whereas access to most parts of the northwestern, eastern, and central Tigray remains constrained due to the ongoing insecurity and bureaucratic hurdles. Two of the 4 refugee camps in the region, Hisats and Shimelba, are still not accessible. According to both assessment missions, food supplies are very limited and only locally produced food items are available and at increasing prices. Food security, shelter, non-food items, health, nutrition, and water, sanitation and hygiene are the priority needs identified. The concerns of widespread looting of private and government properties in the ongoing armed conflict in Tigray was one of the topics raised during community discussions between the residents of Mekelle, members of the ENDF's Northern Command, including its Chief Major General Bele Seyom, and members of the federal appointed interim administration of Tigray region on December 25, 2020. Admitting to the existence of property looting, Major General Bailey promised the audience that the looted properties can go anywhere, especially if they are within us. However, he cannot say the same about properties taken by aliens. It is another matter, as I said before, it is another matter, he said. In December 21, a video posted by VRTS NWS, a Belgian public broadcast service whose crew became the first to reach Tigray and witness empty towns and looted hospitals, showed footage of a devastated Suhul hospital in Shire town. The few nurses who remained at the site the Belgian media crew that it has largely been plundered by Eritrean soldiers. Without apportioning blames on who the responsible parties are in the destruction, the two joint government interagencies needs assessment mission report confirmed that many buildings, including schools, hospitals, and administration offices, have been looted and damaged. Health facilities outside of major cities are non-functional, and those in the major cities are partially working with limited to no stock of supplies and absence of health workers, and recommends infrastructure needs to urgently be restored. The findings of the Southern Tigray mission says life in Alamata, Mehoni, and Mekelle is gradually returning to normalcy with the resumption of some basic services, including electricity and telecommunication, and adds that the majority of the displaced people have returned or are in the process of returning to their homes. However, most of their belongings have been looted and destroyed. Regional authorities estimate that at least 90,000 people have been displaced due to the conflict, the report said. The COVID-19 community transmission, the report expressed concerns that the interruption of COVID-19 surveillance and control activities in the region, coupled with mass displacement and overcrowded conditions in displacement setting, is feared to have facilitated massive community transmission. Limited prevention activities have started, including the distribution of 12,000 COVID-19 prevention and hygiene promotion leaflets and personal protective materials, provisions of health education, and organization of a sanitization campaign is displacement site in Shire. Additional COVID-19 specific responses are planned by other partners. We continue to engage with the government for the unrestricted and safe passage of humanitarian personnel and supplies to all parts of the Tigray region, the report said. This is where we end today's episode on African News. Please like, share, comment, let us know your thoughts. Make sure you hit the subscription button, hit the notification button as well, so that you'll be notified anytime we make a post. Thanks for watching.